Hi everybody from TechnoLost and welcome to the dedicated focus on the gaming capabilities for what concerns the Asus Nexus 7 2013. Well, we will see tonight some games running on this Nexus 7. We have Asphalt, Asphalt 8, We Are Racing 3, Buggy, Blitz, Into the Dead Trigger, Shadowgun Deadzone, Riptide GP 2, FIFA 14, and we have Virtua 10 is the last one. So let's start with Asphalt 8. This game was, came to the market not quite a long time ago, and it was GameLoft stated that this game is especially optimized for what concerns this Asus Nexus 7. So we will try to see whether this game is really optimized or not for this Asus Nexus 7. Just one thing that I want to show you is that I've already set up the graphic details to the maximum possible level. As you can see, graphic quality is high. Sorry, I don't know why the game is running in Italian, although I selected the English language. Anyway, let's start the game, career, and let's select the first race. Let's start the race, okay. So I've already set up the graphical details to the maximum possible quality. So let's see how does this game behave. I do remind you that this Asus Nexus 7, the 2013 version, has a quad-core CPU clock at 1.5 GHz. Although Google stated that this CPU is not about a S4 Pro, instead it has the same Crate 400 architecture, Crate 300 architecture, which is the same indeed architecture that we could find inside the Snapdragon 600 CPU. Then we can say that this device has nothing but a slightly downclocked Snapdragon 600 CPU. Then we have the GPU, which is the Adreno 320, and we have 2 GB of LPDDR3 memory. So as you may see, the graphical details are very extremely high. Just give a look to the texture quality for what concerns the asphalt of this game. Very nice. Look at this. But maybe the only thing is that the game, although it's quite fast and pretty smooth, it's not perfectly smooth, or maybe it's not as smooth as I would expect it, considering that this game should be optimized for this hardware platform. Okay, as you can see, the gravity into this game is quite relative, and this is one of the leitmotif of this game. I had some problem in, Okay, anyway, the game has so much graphical element inside the game itself, so many texture and high quality texture that it's not that difficult to understand why is that heavy. Maybe did you see the airplane flying just in front of us a few seconds ago? So nevertheless, the game is running pretty smooth, although as I told you, maybe I would have expected few frames more. Well, this was Asphalt 8, so let's see the next game, which is We Are Racing 3. This game, developed by Matt Fingers, is quite a heavy game indeed. At least on most of devices I've been running this game on, usually I don't see this game running perfectly smooth. So I'm not expecting nothing new here, but let's see, who knows. Okay, let's keep the intro and let's get directly into the game. Just a quick, okay, let's choose the viewing angle. Okay, let's start a race. So as you may see, we have just a micro stutter at the start of the race, but right now the game seems to run very well, no problem. Although we have many cars and so high quality models for considered cars, so you know, no problem even with smoke effect. So this Asus Nexus 7 2013 is, you know, running very well this Real Racing 3. No problem at all, and it's really a pleasure to play on this Asus Nexus 7. Even the display, which is a full HD resolution, 7 inches diagonal display, is a very good, extremely bright, very good viewing angles. It's an IPS display to remind you, and it is a very nice unit from this Asus Nexus 7. As you can see, the game continues running very well. Look at this. Okay, so this is Real Racing 3 running on this Asus Nexus 7 2013. Let's go on with Buggy Blitz. For those of you who don't already know this game was initially, you know, developed as a showcase for Tracker 3 hardware platform and later on ported on any other platform. But to be honest, this game has never been, you know, very smooth on any other platform but the Tracker 3 one. Let me show you that I have already set up the graphical details to the maximum possible level. So let's start the game. But as I'm telling you, I'm not expecting it to be, you know, very smooth or fluid. As you can see, we have some frame drop and some stuttering. Oops, I forgot that I didn't select the gyroscope but the touch screen to control the game. So anyway, the game is not running bad. I mean, some frame drop maybe at the beginning, but right now it's going pretty smooth. Yeah, you know, it's fast, I would say. Yeah, here we saw frame drop. Here too. This game, I don't know why it seems to be really heavy. I don't know if are the, you know, 3D models or texture or whatever, but seems to be extremely heavy on GPU. Anyway, this Nexus 7 is running it quite, you know, decent. Okay, and this was Buggy Blitz. Now let's go on. The next game is Into the Dead. This game doesn't seem to be too heavy, although while I tried it recently on the Huawei S&P6, I had, you know, some problem. Maybe it was due to the game itself or to the graphic, you know, graphic driver of the Huawei S&P6. I've already set up the graphical details to the maximum possible level, so let's start the game. Yep, okay. Let's play. Okay, as you can see, it's extremely fast, no problem. Of course, this game is quite, you know, particular one. It doesn't have gorgeous graphic, but nevertheless the details are good. Even the atmosphere and the general effect are very nice. Oops. Okay, and this was Into the Dead. So we can go on. The next game is Dead Trigger. Well, we're not that far from the presentation of the new Dead Trigger 2. We should be by the end of this month, October. Don't remember exactly where is the 23rd or the 25th. I'm not quite sure. But sorry, the game should be really incredible, especially for consider graphical details on Tegra 4 hardware platform. Let's hope for it to be optimized on any other high-end hardware platform. So this is in the meanwhile Dead Trigger 1. As you can see, it's running incredibly smooth on this Nexus 7 2013. No problem here. If we press here pause and resume, we should have, yes we have, because the pop-up display went off just in time. We have always the same star, always at the same position. It has something to do with the previous pop-up that we saw on the high left corner, the upper left corner, sorry. Okay, this was Dead Trigger. As you can see, extremely fast, very nice graphic, smooth. It's really a pleasure. And I do remind you that this game can be played even using the gamepad, which is quite a nice plus to me. The next game is Shadowgun Deadzone, developed by the same, they should be the Mad Fingers, yeah, the same developers of Dead Trigger. And as Dead Trigger does use the same engine, we have quite the same graphic, very nice graphic, high details texture. And this game too is such a pleasure to be played with the gamepad, especially considering this game is nothing but a multiplayer game, which is is even a multi-platform game, which means that you can play together against your friends having iOS or Android, or if I'm not wrong, maybe you can even play it on, on the recent Mac and PC. Not quite sure. I don't know if I'm getting confused with the new Dead Trigger 2 that maybe will have a multiplayer mode, even playable on the PC and Mac. Anyway, for sure, is such a great game to be run using a gamepad. Is there anyone? Okay, I saw a running man here. Sorry if I suddenly became muted, but I'm very concentrated in playing this game. This is not good things for my video focus, of course, sorry guys, but you see the game is very nice. Look at the light effect here, very nice graphic, and it's always nice to play online games even with your gamepad, even with your tablet like this Nexus 7. Not a good aim. What the hell am I doing? Okay, sorry guys, better stop here. This game does really take me, so it's no. As you can see, I want to play that game. Better going on, and this one is made by Vector Unit, the same development studio of Beach Buggy Blitz. It's quite a recent game which does use greatly the recent high-end hardware platform like the Snapdragon 800, but even this similar Snapdragon 600. Let me show you that the graphical details are already set to the maximum possible quality, of course, and let's start the game, which is such a pleasure to be played on this Asus Nexus 7 2013, which is very powerful and has this really great display. So it's such a pleasure to play such a good game, very high quality graphics. Sorry guys, extremely smooth and fast, as you can see. It's really nice to play this game. Look at the rare effect due to the turbo mode that I've just activated. Very nice transparency effect for concerned weather. We even have some lens flare effect when running against the sun. Okay, very nice, this new Riptide GP2. You can see even the water drop effect. Here we have the lens flare. With the water drop effect, when you land, after having performed a high jump like this. Look at this, very nice effect. The game is such a pleasure to be played on this Nexus 7 2013. So once more, no problem here, let's go on. The next game that I want to show you is FIFA 14. It's quite a recent game, and I'm hoping you will forgive me, because I'm not a good player at all, as on any other game that I've just showed you tonight. But in this case, I'm particularly terrible, so let's be with me. Okay. Yes, you can see the graphic of this game is quite good. Ooh, what a goal! Incredible for me. I'm not such a good player. Maybe it's just that I didn't change the difficulty level for this game, so I'm playing for sure to no level. Anyway, the graphic details, just giving a look to the graphic details, is very nice. We have nice 3D model for what concerns the players, and nice moving effects. Seems to be maybe they use motion capture to animate the players. Quite good. Okay, no problem, as you can see. Let's hope for... Oh, another goal. Okay, maybe it's better to stop here. We'll never score either two goals in a row for me. So this was FIFA 14. Let's go on. The last game that I want to show you tonight is virtual tennis. I'm not expecting any kind of problem from this game, due to the fact that usually it does run greatly on any device that I've tried it on. So this Asus 7 2013 is such a powerful device, although of course it's not the most powerful device into the market right now, but it's very good, at least for what we saw tonight in running games, even quite heavy games. So not expecting any kind of problem here. Just one more info. As you can see, the graphic is very nice, and the smoothness is total. I was telling you that this game does run perfectly on gamepad. You know, if you try to use a gamepad on this game, you will have exactly the same feeling that running this game on home console like Xbox 360 or even PS3. Of course, I'm not telling you that we have the same graphic details, but you know, the graphic details are indeed very good. And moreover, you have the gamepad, which is perfectly supported by this game. Oh, yes. So you can see very nice graphic even during replay. Not a good serve. This guy is even trying to attack. Okay, on this last winning point, let's close even with tennis. This was the last game for this dedicated focus on Asus 7 2013 game capabilities. Once more, thanks for watching and bye from TechnoLost.